Hello again, welcome back. Today I'm going to be sharing with you one of my Voltron collectibles. This is Toynami's Ultimate Voltron EX edition. Before I get into that, I want to share with you a little bit of Voltron history if you're not familiar with him or was not blessed to be familiar with him. Give you a little background into me and my history with Voltron, and we'll talk a little bit more about this before I start getting on into the unboxing. So, for the uninitiated, Voltron was a cartoon series brought to America in 1984. It used to be called Go Lions over in Japan. It was then the rights were bought and brought over to America, and it was highly modified to meet America's standards for cartoons. If you'd like to find out more about the information and history of Voltron, I will link in the description below a YouTube channel called Toy Galaxy. They've done a really great job of summarizing basically the history in television of Voltron. I think they've done a really good job of summarizing everything, and they've done it all within 10 minutes, so it shouldn't be as drawn out as probably some of my videos. So I hope you like it. The toys that people were familiar with in 1984 was a Bandai representation of Voltron. It was bought, the licensing was bought by Matchbox and distributed over in America by Matchbox, and those are the ones you're most familiar with seeing. Now, my history of Voltron, I was not fortunate enough to own one of the 1984 Voltrons growing up. However, my brother did, and I absolutely loved it. I idolized it. I always wanted it. He ended up displaying it at one point in time, and it had fallen, and the center black line was completely crushed. The other lions were fine because they're made out of die cast. I was not able to get a copy of Voltron until 1998 when they came out with a re-release, or a reboot, I guess you would say, of Voltron Third Dimension. And the toy company was called Trendmaster, and they released a kind of janky looking Voltron setup where each one of them had like cockpits on all the lions. It didn't have any articulation whatsoever. The arms were pretty much straight with cockpits taken off of them. They had little characters you could put in the cockpits. Was not impressed. My first Voltron that I really fell in love with, which is still in the box, is Toynami's 20th anniversary Voltron, which is actually in a book. I have it in my collection somewhere. I will try to see if I can put up a picture up in the corner for you to see what it looks like. I will eventually have it on my channel. I just have to go through the huge stockpile of collectibles I have sitting over here in the corner over here. Back to this. So Toynami has actually released quite a few versions of Voltron. From my research, they've done a 20th anniversary, 25th, 30th anniversary, and then the EX edition. I'm pretty sure there's probably more than that, but beyond my realm of scope. Another thing that from my research for this version of Voltron from Toynami, this one is supposed to be 16 inches tall compared to the other ones, which are only 13 inches tall. But from my understanding, this one does not have any die-cast parts compared to the other ones. I cannot confirm or deny this because I have not opened any of my other packages. So, we'll find out soon enough. With that said, let's get into this bad boy. Just see how awesome he is. Well, there you have it. The Defender of the Universe and all its glory. Still an amazing sight to behold. Almost 30 years later. Actually, over 30 years later. Man. Alright, so my first impressions of Toynami's ultimate Voltron EX is the size is perfect for me. The fact that it is still Voltron is amazing. But frankly, I'm pretty disappointed. Sad to say. So for the price of it, it's not that much cheaper than Toy World's Constructor, and the articulation is kind of lacking in my mind. I mean, it's a far cry from the Third Dimension Trendmaster that I had from 1998. It is also a lot easier to transform than Toy World's Constructor, but that just shows like how, I mean, there wasn't much to it to begin with. I mean, the lines pretty much connected into them. I mean, really wasn't a whole lot to them to begin with. But honestly, the biggest thing that's a disappointment to me is the joints. So completely opposite from Toy World's Constructor, the joints on this guy are pretty loose. Like, yeah, it just wants to flop over. And surprised it didn't fall off. His leg doesn't want to stay engaged. There is a little tab locking mechanism on the back of his leg right here. And for some reason, it just does not want to stay engaged. So I don't know if I want to take the time to actually try to fix it with my iFixit kit or not. I don't know yet. I mean, overall, I'm still pretty happy with it. It's Voltron. I guess that's where I'm pretty much biased. It's Voltron. I'm just gonna love it either way. But I am disappointed because of the cost of it and the joints. And it does feel kind of plasticky. Now, granted, I knew from the get-go this wasn't not gonna be like the die-cast version. I can't wait to show those. And I'll do a side-by-side comparison with all the other Voltrons that I have. I think I've got 3 more I have to show. Let's do a small size comparison between Voltron, Defender of the Universe, and Toy World Constructor. Man, I mean, it's a close fit there, but Constructor is he's gonna win. So this one may have taken me so much longer to build and transform and whatnot, and I think I do like the build quality of this one much better. Also, if you saw from the video, the packaging for Voltron was nowhere near up to par with Toy World's Constructor. It's just regular plastic foam. There's not much that comes with it. His sword and his shield and a little guide on how to transform him. But I mean, I'm still very happy with it. A very far cry from where I have been, but I still say it could be better, especially for the price. Look at these two. Well, I think that's pretty much all I got for this guy. Unfortunately, it was a very short build. Didn't take me that long to transform him, get him out of the box, compared to Toy World's Constructor. Hopefully, at least makes it easier on y'all, so y'all don't have to sit through a 30-minute plus video. And trust me, that video was a lot shorter than it was. I think by the time I put everything on Adobe Premiere, it was like over 5 hours of video, and I had to speed it up just to kind of squish it down into less than 45 minutes. So sorry about that. Next week, oh my goodness, can't even get in the picture. Alright, so this is Hot Toys Power Loader from 2014, one that actually released. They were supposed to make a second one in 2017 for San Diego Comic-Con. From my research, it never happened. I've been trying to look for it, haven't found it, so unless y'all know otherwise, please let me know. But this will be next week's project. Oh God, I can't even get in the picture. So, if you're familiar with Hot Toys, they're very notorious for having the scale, detail, and articulation. Basically everything that makes a fanboy like me go crazy over. Alright, now that I've thrown my back out, that's all I have for this week. Please hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Please share your collection with me down in the comments below, and I will see you in the next one.